but I want to give you guys just a little bit more about Roger before we get started. We've got a couple minutes. So Roger Langell, if you guys have been around him for more than 5 minutes, then your bank accounts have probably went up. I met this guy about 4 years ago, and we've become best friends ever since. And every time I talk to him, I seem to gain a little bit of knowledge that just helps me in my business and helps me in my life. So really cool to have him out here and have him spearheading what he's doing. And one thing I want you to kind of keep in the back of your mind, guys, is that everything you're going to see tonight and everything that you're a part of as a founder here, we've already tested. We've been testing out the products. We've been testing out everything that we've been doing. So everything that we've got going on has been tested for the last year or so, and we found out that this is the only thing that really converts and really works out there. And a lot of it, in my opinion, is due to Roger. So I want to bring him out, and I want to take a minute and get Roger out here, and he's going to go through some really cool stuff with you guys, and it's just going to be kind of mind blowing. So this is one of those times. I know a lot of people say it, it's kind of cliche. Take out a pen and paper. You probably want one on this. You really probably want one on this call, because it's going to put zeros behind your bank account. Whatever it is going to put zeros behind it, and we're pretty excited to share this info with you. So without further ado, Roger, my friend, are you here? Are you with us?
Thank you, Kevin. Good evening, everybody. Listen, I'm not going to do, this won't be salesy at all. I'm going to be laid back and relax, take a little while, but real quick, I'm going to be super relaxed. Just if you could raise your hand really quick, if you can see the cool image on your screen, if you could hear me okay, if you could just raise your hand and let me know. Awesome. Sweet. Okay. So I want to kick this off with just a really cool landing page that Hitesh built, and I asked him to kick it off with this, and he said, it's not even done, but okay. So this is just like he goes way beyond the quality, and this is going to be funnels that are going to be set up for you guys in DS Domination should you decide you want to partake in DS Domination. And, we're going to be talking about a Founders Club here, and a couple quick really important messages about this is, one, we will show during this presentation that everything is already built out. We're done. Throw the light switch tomorrow and rock. So why the Founders Club? I've been around other companies, other upstart companies. There's a Founders Club, and 99.99% of the time they use your money to build out their infrastructure and their programming and everything else, and they send you an announcement about a delay, and this took place, and this programmer was this, and all this stuff. So I want to make it crystal clear that everything's absolutely done, which begs the question, why have a 150-member Founders Club then? Well, the answer to that is we've recognized in industry that really strong leaders and good leaders and great folks will get off this amazing start, and then they will either leave the company or they'll grind to build out the residual income. We want to take away that grind, and we recognize, I'm a really laid-back guy, and I'll mention companies' names. I think it's silly not to mention it. We noticed that in Power and Pure Leverage, those companies, when they were first launching, they swung right into momentum by doing massive advertising. So on top of the leaders and folks that are on this call's ability to grow a business, throw on top of that hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of leads, okay, and we skip that grind. So based on our efforts and your efforts, combined with the lead generation program, we're going to get automated leads, automated signups, and everything else we'll discuss further later on. We're going to throw this right into massive momentum. So the statement I'm making is everything's built out. We don't need founders' money for anything like that. Other companies we've seen do that. We think that's disgusting. We're going to use all the money to generate signups for you folks that are a member of the Founders Club later on in this presentation. Now, why we're most excited about DS Domination, I'll show you what the product is here in just a second. The most exciting part about this is it's the only company with a product where just using the product you can make money. The average guy, 100% absolutely wins, and you can search from beginning of time to craziness online, and a lot of you guys know the evolution of network marketing, online things, high yield programs, 2%, et cetera, et cetera. To me, my vision was In a physical program, which I'm in one right now that I absolutely love, but in a physical program, you can't make money just using the product. You can't make money drinking milkshakes. You can't make money doing a blog. You can't make money just using the product. What you're about to see here is you can make money just using the product. It's been proven for 10 years over and over again. There's thousands of people doing it. There's no saturation level from here to probably the end of time in what they're doing to make money. So imagine your teams for the first time ever making significant money, growing out their business and growing out the residual income. And really quick, I went and grabbed some testimonials really quick, so it's not just a few people. These are some people on here, and I'll read them really quick because you might have trouble seeing them. I started just a few weeks ago, listed 8 items, and sold 4 already. Good job, Debbie. I'm in a similar boat. 1 listed, 4 items last week, sold 1 of them today. Kind of exciting, seeing the first sale. Continuing the theme of this thread, just got the seller from the eBay, and it indicates since March 22nd, I've listed 48 items, made 31 sales, $1,599. So as I'm reading these, imagine your whole team being able to go over and do this, and what we're going to see is no longer pushing product, no longer selling product, no longer that, but we're going to see an organic flip like somebody would talk about a good movie. Now people have a good way to make money online that everybody can do. I'm going to show how to do it in just a moment. And it'll take on a virality because it's a real positive feeling of not selling and actually sharing something that's working. I had my best day yesterday, made 4 sales, made $46 in profit. Here's my 2 cents. I found the price is third down the list of importance. The title and quality of presentation will get you sales. I take extra time on the items, and my prices are higher than most sellers. My first 2 days in business, I sold 2 items for gross of $400, profit $60. I started about 2 weeks ago and have sold 8 items. Well, to start off with, I've been listing on eBay. I'll try and stay away from the longer ones because there's so many. The first month, my wife handles most of the work, ended up doing $500 in profits. Now she's up to $300 to $400 a week. Posted my first listing February 6th, making between $130 and $150 a day. Started Saturday, 2 sales today. I have approximately 30 items listed. We'll keep you posted. Just listed 3 items, got my first items today in Ireland from the UK. Yes, this will be international. Started February 16th to date. 493.73 pounds, $750. Sold 31 items, listed 156, over and over again. I'm closing in on 10K a month in gross sales. And guys, I could just keep reading on and on. Okay? So as you can see, this isn't we had a couple people have success. Everybody can make money doing what I'm going to show you right now. And what I'm going to show you right now is our product. Okay? This is our product. We're not talking about how for you to go out and make money on eBay. We're talking about various levels of eBay training and different money-making methods that we've developed that people, the average person, can do and win and win and win and win, all the way up to my 77-year-old mother who does this. So really quickly, I'm just going to go over to Amazon. I'm on Amazon Live right now. And I'm going to do a quick demo that I always do. I'm just going to type in Blue Amazon. And I'm going to click Go. All you need to see really is that at the top here, there's 2.5 million results, which means if I typed in red Amazon, there'd be millions of results. Cat Amazon, dog Amazon. All I need you to take away is there's a heck of a lot of results to choose from right now. I'm going to take the first item right here, this dish set, this Pyrex Kitchen, $17.98. I'm going to go over to eBay right now, and I'm going to search to see who tried to sell a dishware set that's similar to that. So I'm going to put in a couple keywords, Pyrex Kitchen 10. And then I just check a little fancy box down here, completed listings, and this is what's in the training, stuff like this. And I click search, and I see these results on my page. These are people that attempted to sell some dishes, and they had Pyrex Kitchen 10 in their title. So as I go through here and look at them, I can take one. I see this is an all-white background picture. It's the same picture that's on Amazon versus something down here that's taken in Grandma's home. So if I go up here and I click on this one, I'm not looking to sell it. The red indicates that this did not sell, but I don't care about that. I'm just looking for a starting place. So if I click on this item right here, and I click See Seller's Other Items, I'm looking to say, hey, are you using Amazon as your supplier? And if so, you have a supplier with millions and millions of items, and you're probably making a lot of money. Now, the key that tells me they are using Amazon suppliers, these all white backgrounds. These are professional pictures. Imagine attempting to take this in your house, and you have to throw it up in the air, right, and make it an all white background. So you're looking at live listings on eBay right now of somebody that I've sought out that's using Amazon as their supplier. So this right here has a bid on it, one bid. The high bid's $24.50. We don't know where that's going to end, so I'm only going to grab things that are buy it nows and research them. So this is a lamp. I'm going to click on this lamp, and right here you'll see that he sold 3 of these lamps, $48.50 each. So if I go down and I grab part of the title down here, copy this, and I head back over to Amazon and search for this lamp to see what he paid for it, search and take a look, and you'll see there's various ones, $20, $27. It's not that one. So $20 or $27, and he sold it, and he made about $20 on each lamp. After some eBay fees, he probably made about $45 on this listing alone so far, and it took him 4 minutes to do it. I'll go research another item. This is, again, I'm on eBay. This is an auction. It's not a buy it now. A buy it now is where you just put up a price and people buy it outright. An auction is where people bid on items. So we don't know the conclusion of the bidding. There's still a day left on this, so I'm not even going to use that as a reference. I'm going to scroll down, look for the next buy it now. $42.95, this piano, keyboard, sit down on a stool type thing. And if I look, they sold 3 of these for $42.95 each. If I scroll down and I grab part of their title here and copy this and go back to Amazon and paste this into Amazon and take a look to see how much they're paying for this, I see they're paying $27.85, a markup of about $15. They sold 3 of them, made $45 minus eBay fees. They made about $30. It took them 4 minutes to put that listing up, which is about $450 an hour, okay? And I can scroll through and pick things out. Here's another one, another buy it now, some sort of camera thing. I don't even know what this thing is. They sold 2 of these things, whatever they are, for $42.95. If I go down and grab part of their title and copy it and go back to Amazon and put this into a search and check the results, I see that this is right here for $30. They marked that up about $13, and they sold 2 of them, made $26 after eBay fees. They picked up about a $20 bill for 4 minutes of work, okay? So imagine your entire team. This is the product, not doing this right here, but the training center on how to do this, how to move the picture from here over to here, how to move the description from Amazon over from here over to here, how to price the items appropriately, how to get the images, how to do all of that, what items to list, etc., etc. Imagine your whole team learning that, and while they're building their team, they're matter-of-factly putting hundreds of dollars in their pocket. Your team would absolutely never leave. Again, the only company where people can make money using the product, okay? Only company where people can make money using the product. Your entire team can go over and just hang out on eBay and pick up $100, $200, $300, $400. What happens then? They're not trying to sell Uncle Bill something that's good for them health-wise or something that Bill might not be able to afford, but something that's going to make Uncle Bill some money. They're not going to sell anything. They're going to share it like a good movie, like anything. They're going to go crazy over this. So this is one of the products. This is the lower-level product, how to drop ship, how to use Amazon as a supplier, which is a $19.95 product. So your entire team, when people are joining you on your team, they would pay $19.95 a month to get the training on how to do exactly how to do what I just showed you there, and a lot more stuff, all kinds of little techniques and things to optimize this and and have success with it, okay? The exact same training that these people here all received, and there's hundreds of them making anywhere from $1,000 or $500 a month to people making $250,000 a month, okay? And we have all those people. Those people are all my friends. Obviously, they're my friends. I'm making them a lot of money, and we can meet them in future webinars and bring them out and everything else, and that'll be a great sales technique for bringing people onto your team in DS Domination. Now, I'll just show you a couple. I mean, I could go through eBay and find you seller after seller after seller till Monday morning that's making good money. Now, you might beg the question, well, what about competition? Well, I searched Blue Amazon, and there was 2-point-something million results. I came over, I found a seller, and that guy's probably making $4,000 to $10,000 a month. Okay, and that took a couple minutes. Now I've done that presentation before, but I could find seller after seller in just a few minutes, all of them making significant income. And I'll show you a couple of them really quick. On the left side, I'm going to click by seller. I'm going to type in the username, BLD304, and I'm going to click on search as items. And this is someone I trained a while back, and he has 5,871 items. What might jump out at you is these all-white backgrounds, so he's using Amazon as his supplier. Okay, let me hit the back button again, and I'll change sellers, and I'll put in here New York with Q, and click search. And 22,366 items. He's probably making, I hate to say this because the numbers sound too incredible, he's probably making $100,000 a month. On average, you'll make $5 per listing you list, which takes 4 minutes, and so you can list $75 an hour worth of listings, so you can multiply this times 5, and you'll come up with a relevant figure of what he's making a month, okay? And I can do this. I don't have to have sellers memorized. I can go on to eBay, and I can type in Lodge Cast Iron Pan. And the reason I can do this is this is one of the first items I ever sold on eBay starting 10 years ago. And I can go through the results. We're on eBay Live, and I can look for Amazon pictures. There's one right there. There's one right there, all white background, right? There's one there. There's one there. And I can go through and I can grab any one of them, click on that, and their user ID is birthday by design, whoever that is. And if I click on see seller's other items, I didn't set this up at all. They have 140 items up for sale. Looks like they have a few in their home that they're selling, but then look at the all-white backgrounds. And I've been doing this so long, I can tell you this 2x4 basic kit right here is $39.95, and this is an Intex tool, and I know all these products. I basically win the Price is Right Showcase Showdown every time I go on it because I've been doing this for a long, long time. So anyway, infinite possibilities for your entire downline team to make money using the product. Can I get a little feedback in chat if you guys understand, and Kevin, maybe you can hop on there and review this, how powerful it is to have a downline team, okay, that's being grown out, and their product isn't an auto ship of a health product. Their auto ship is not an auto ship of, you know, whatever other companies are out there, but their auto ship is $19.95 a month at this stage you're looking at, and what they do with it is training videos that we have all built out where they can come over and do what these other guys are doing, making money, okay? It would be like if you got your shake mix in the mail every month and you open it up and there was $500 to $1,000 in it, right? It would be the exact same analogy. Kevin, is everybody getting this in the chat as I'm going through it?
Oh, yeah, they're coming through saying huge, brilliant, amazing, makes sense, never thought of it that way, love what you're doing, pretty awesome.
Okay, awesome. Now, guys, we're going to be super laid back on here just to break it up a little bit, okay? Now, again, just to break it up a little bit, I'm going to bring different folks out to give you different elements of this. But all I want you to take away from this so far is this is being done. I've been doing it for 10 years myself. I just got, matter-of-factly, bored of it, making 6 figures, doing this eBay stuff. It's simple. Now, a couple things that you're going to learn here later in the webinar is, one, I used this eBay talent that I had to get people into my primary network marketing company. Whereas the top recruiter in the history of Visalis, the top recruiter in the history of GVO, the top recruiter in the history of My Shopping Genie, and now the company that I'm currently in, I'm the top recruiter in that company. Because if you got a bunch of folks that you meet that you make money for, I didn't make them all money in Visalis before they joined Visalis. Understand that. They joined because they had made a bunch of money with my eBay training and my help, so they trusted me. And you're going to have an opportunity as you're building out this team where you don't even have to know anything about eBay, really, and you'll learn that here in the future that it'll just be videos all done for you. You're going to learn that your downline is going to start loving you a lot more because you're going to be making them a lot of money. And as you're making them a lot of money, they're going to say, what else you got? Well, I'm doing this right now. Cool. And you're going to be able to put your banner in the back office and everything else. And while the product's only $19.95, there's incredible upsells that are going to take place with extremely high value. Let me give you an example. I just showed you one site that we can use as a supplier. We have dozens of sites that you can use as a supplier. So the second level up in DS Domination for the upsell, imagine your team member. Imagine you got a 50-person team in DS Domination, and they're all on a $19.95 monthly, and we'll go over the compensation plan. You're getting a percentage of all their monthly, okay? Well, the other sites that I use, you can make $50, $100, $200, $300, $400, $500 a sale. So imagine you got 100 people at the $19.95 level, and every single day I'm sending out a video of a brand new item on eBay that I found that sold for $500, $600, $700. And I can do this from now till the end of time. Hey, look at this. This is a video going out to your $19.95 downline. Hey guys, Roger here. Listen, I just want to show you guys that this just sold today on eBay. You can go look it up on eBay for $800. The cost of it at the supplier that was used was $464. That's in the advanced eBay training for $99.95 a month. Now, I'm not going to show you where that came from, obviously, but I'm going to archive this video in the advanced training and put down below it where it came from. So when you upgrade to the advanced training, you'll be able to see, wow, somebody did actually sell that and make all of that money. And you get an email going out that every day like that, who's not going to upgrade from $19.95 to $99 a month? So we have massive stickiness with the stuff we can drip on here at the $19.95 level. No one's leaving. I mean, we've tested this, and we'll go into that later. And then on the upgrade to $99.95, everyone's upgrading. And then we have massive stickiness with tools that we have in there. And then we have some more additional things that are just crazy. In fact, at one of the levels, you're going to actually learn that you can take all of your eBay items that you've listed in the previous two levels, export them over to another auction site that I won't talk about on here that we've tested and is selling like crazy, and people are making hundreds of dollars on that site. Who's not going to want that, right? So anyway, those are some of the things. I get all excited. I'm going to throw it back to Kevin a little bit. Kevin, what I'd love you to do is I want you to open up the back office of DS Domination so they can see a little bit about what's going on. Again, guys, what I just presented to you is one small piece of one small product that's in DS Domination that your downline is going to be able to access to make money. Guys, I'm going to bring out a good friend of mine, Kevin Hokawana. Kevin Hokawana is serving us over in Japan. He's in the Air Force. We met in a company called GVO. We were on there. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I had been chatting back and forth, and I was just about to go to bed, and I came down, and I was like, oh, I'll just keep talking to this guy, whatever. I started talking. We became the best friends in the world, and Kevin's one of the most honorable people I've ever met in my life, and you'll see that as he comes out here and starts talking to you. All you guys know about him. He's an incredible online lead generator, and he's made incredible money in network marketing and is always on the cutting edge of everything. I love that he serviced over there, and he does all of his work about 2 hours a day when he has time, because he's out there when North Korea is threatening. He's sleeping on a tarmac for us, okay? So I'm going to bring Mr. Kevin Hokawana out here to show you the back office that we've completed in DS Domination. Kevin, I'm going to make you presenter now, my friend. Take it away.
All All right, guys. Cool, cool, cool. So there's a couple things I want to talk to you about. Can you guys all hear me loud and clear? Let me get some feedback.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Here we go. Cool, cool, cool. So I want to kind of back up for a second and show you where we're from and be 110% transparent with what we've done. I kind of remarked at the beginning of this that we did test this product out. And for those of you, a lot of you know, you've seen it, you've seen what we've done when we've tested it out. And we did this in the last 6 or 7 months, really, and we did a massive amount of sales with this product, and people absolutely love it. And we found a little bit by accident that this is indeed the only product out there that you can go out there and make a substantial amount of money with, it being the product. So I'm going to show you some of those sales. Okay, I want to show you guys that because I want to be transparent, because one of the big things that Roger and I were talking about when we were looking at the founders group, you know, is that we wanted this to not be like every other founders group out there where you get the founders together, they come in, and then that's it, they're all doing their own thing. We want a united front in this, and we want to grow a founders group family to where we can do training with you guys, elite training, special stuff like that with you guys, and I'm looking forward to that. And I think that kind of starts with us being insanely transparent. Does that make sense, guys? Can I get you guys to tell me if I'm making sense to you?
Can I get a
I
whoop
think
whoop?
it's yeah. So I'm going to start by opening up some of our accounts and show you some of the sales that we've done. Now this goes back to 2012, but I'm going to pull this over here, and I want you to see we've had 4,006 sales. Can you guys see this? Now this is all. Please don't take any screenshots because there's some names up here. But again, in the spirit of family, this is just. I mean, it's pages upon pages. I could run this to 500 pages and show you sales reports upon sales reports, just scrolling around, and what we've done. We've tested this product out. It's not like most of those companies that come out there and they do a pre-launch and the founders group of that company or whatever, the company gets built off of their backs, and we don't even know if this is going to work. In reality, it's been working, and I'll show you our testing ground. So I'm going to go to Networking Insight real quick, and a lot of you guys have seen this, have seen the Networking Insight, but for those of you who don't, again, I just want to open up all the accounts and show you guys what we have going on, because it's totally different from what anyone else has. This is our members area, and we tested inside of Networking Insight, the eBay Basic and eBay Advanced, just two of the modules that I'm going to actually show you in the back office of DS Domination. Okay, we tested this out and the results were crazy. We built out a forum. We saw people were going crazy with this stuff, so we didn't want just technical support. We had a forum built out, and a lot of those screenshots that you saw came from that forum, and everyone can get in here, and they were going back and forth, and we wanted to see what people really thought of this stuff, and they went insane. They went insane, and they made money with this, and it was a one-time product. Well, then enter in Hitesh, and you guys are going to see how brilliant this guy is. He's a genius, and he said, "Why don't we turn this into an MLM?" And that was kind of the birth of this, because we knew we had a product. We've been testing it for all that time. You saw the snap. You saw me log into the back office and show you all of the income that's been coming from it, and the amount of people that have been happy and actually making money with it. So that's what we did. That's what we did, guys, is we created DS Domination to be an MLM. And so I'm extremely excited on that aspect of it. But as for the back office, we went pretty far with what we can do. We have the top integration. This is a test account, one of Hitesh's test accounts that we've been trying out, testing out, and looking at, and making sure the system runs well, right? We've got dozens of test accounts. It's kind of crazy. But the products that we have, like the DS Domination Pro, if I were to go into, I'm going to go into one of these, a couple of these. I don't want to go and run through the entire back office, but you can see the training here. It's already built in, obviously, but the folks that are in this, if they haven't sold it, they can't. if they haven't bought it, they can't sell it. And that's one of the big allures. But all the training that we have moving forward with eBay drop shipping, listing your first items, all this stuff, Roger walks them through. Now, a lot of this training is the ideas and the concepts for it were developed inside of Networking Insight, the site that I showed you a minute ago. It was developed back there. But then we took it to a whole nother level, recut out all the videos, and you can imagine Roger spent hundreds of hours cutting training videos. And we brought it back in a more powerful way to ensure that people are making more money. And I mentioned that we had the testing ground, the training ground in our support with Networking Insight. We learned what people wanted, what they didn't want, what they liked, what they got mad at us for. We learned all that. And we were able to take that information and build out DS Domination in a way that it'll just trump anything that's out there as far as their income potential, as far as their customer satisfaction, how happy they're going to be with it, the speed of which affiliates can get paid. It's ridiculous what we can do because we own and control the products. So we have worked out deals, and I'll have Hitesh talk a little bit to this because he's been working a lot of this stuff, but we have amazing amounts of processors, and we have different ways so people can, in foreign countries where they don't even have credit cards, they can get involved with us. It's amazing the scope that we've taken to bring DS Domination and be able to turn it on and bring it to life.
Hey,
and
Kevin,
so it's just amazing. Yes?
I want to back up really quick, and I find that when I'm on a webinar like this, if I have an understanding of the product ahead of time, it's easy to roll out a bunch of stuff and there's not a connection made because they're not sure, is DS Domination the product, is it the model? So I just want to recap really quickly so there's no confusion and bring everybody up to speed, okay? So I'll do an analogy and then I'll apply it to this. 10 years ago, I make a chocolate cake, eBay, okay? I'm working at a restaurant, I make a chocolate cake, and I try the chocolate cake just like you've tried eBay, and it was awesome, loved it, awesome, wow, it's good chocolate cake. And I kept eating the cake. I started learning how to develop a program to make more cakes, make more money on eBay, make more chocolate cakes. And then other people wanted to have some cake, make some chocolate cakes, wanted to learn how to make money on eBay. So I started training them for $2,500 a pop, and they were loving it, and they were selling all kinds of cakes and eating all kinds of cakes, chocolate cake everywhere, glass of milk, whatever. And as they started growing that out, I started going, you know what, you want some chocolate cake, you got to come over and join ViSalus. You want some of my chocolate cake. You want a bite? Come join ViSalus. You want to learn how to make these chocolate cakes? Come join ViSalus, okay? And what started happening was I had a massive retention compared to the rest of the company because people were happy eating this chocolate cake. They were happy making money on eBay on the side. They were making money for the first time. Didn't matter if ViSalus is good, ViSalus is bad. They like shakes. They want to lose weight, whatever. They were making money with me on this eBay/chocolate cake analogy. From there, I went into my most recent company. I proved it over and over again. As long as I have some good chocolate cake, a way for them to make money on the side, well, people enjoy that. They like working with me, and they like getting the chocolate cake. So it came full circle. It came from me making money on eBay, actually using eBay, making money on eBay, training people for $2,500 to make money on eBay. Then I built out a training site with Kevin's help. This is not DS Domination yet. Built out a training site with Kevin's help. We started selling the product for $47. What I showed you tonight, and then there's a little bit more details in the training. That was the product, how to make money with Amazon and eBay, $47. And then we offered an upsell for $297 where you could access more sites and get more training on how to use more sites to make more money. And 70% of the people that bought the 47 bought the $297. So Kevin and I would sell it. We'd make $10,000, $20,000 a webinar, okay? And then the gentleman we're going to introduce you shortly, he comes along and he likes the product. And he likes it. You're going to find that he's a cause marketer, not a money guy. And that's what we really love about each other. And he comes out and he does a webinar. All of a sudden the sales are 40, 50, 60,000. In fact, they collapsed mine and Kevin's little credit card processor, and we'll talk about that in a second because we have that all tight and fixed, okay?
Yeah.
And that was last year. And, you know, we get on late at night, and we said, you know what? What if we made this a network marketing product, that eBay training, and there's various levels. You can see the pro and the elite, the unleashed, the monopoly, and everything else on the screen. What would we have if we did that? Well, we would have the only product in the universe that your downline person could go make money with without recruiting a single person. So you sign up Jack. I'm just going to keep saying by Salas, whatever. I'm sure they're suing me anyway. You sign up Jack and by Salas, and Jack, he can't recruit. He likes the shakes. He stays on for a month or two. He leaves. Okay? You sign up Jack in DS Domination, and Jack's making $200, $300, $400 a month, $500, $1,000. He's paying $19.95. He ain't going anywhere. In fact, he's your friend, and you can put him in your primary that easily. Okay? So just to bring up speed, give you a little more visual, get everybody hungry for chocolate cake. Now, what Kevin's showing you is the back office of DS Domination, which is the name of our program. Okay, just like an Amway, for example, or something, we're showing you ours is called DS Domination, and the product is how to make money for the average person, all the way up to my 77-year-old mother who does this, which will have massive different effects. All right, Kevin, sorry about that. Go ahead.
Love it, love it. I love your cake analogy.
I
am. I want to eat some. I want to eat some chocolate cake. Now it's crazy to me because you said your mom's doing it. My father-in-law, I got him connected in with Roger's training, and he's doing about $800 a month in his spare time. So
is he? Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. And he's using the old original program that we started with outdated information. He keeps asking me for to get into the new one. I'm like, what do you need? You're doing great. So pretty cool, pretty cool. I'm excited about it. But yeah, amazing stuff, guys. You know, and from a business standpoint, really, what's the only product? I want everyone to kind of think of this and name it off the top of their head. Again, I hate to beat a dead horse, but what's the only product out there that people can make money with? The only product within the company, the only one that exists, is in here in DS Domination. It's the only one that you're downline, if they never, ever recruit a soul, they never recruit anybody, will stay on, will keep paying, the retention's insane because they're making money with it. They have the only product that does that. But I want to bring Hitesh out because I'm excited. We're going to talk about some traffic, guys. We're going to talk about some traffic. We're going to talk about some retargeting. We're going to get into the fun stuff that we love to do when it comes to ensuring that your leads turn into buyers. So I want to bring Hitesh out and get that ball rolling because these guys are going to love what he's about to show them. So can we do that? You on here, Hitesh?
Really quick, Kevin, I just want to talk about how I met Hitesh before he comes out, and if you could switch that presenter screen over to him.
Yeah.
Guys, I was on a call with Hitesh, who's out of Texas, and one of the things that impressed me with Hitesh is first, he's brilliant, okay? He's way beyond brilliant, and I love embarrassing because he'll get mad at me when he comes on here, but I'm just going to do it. So he's just beyond brilliant. If I don't even have an analogy, he's too brilliant. He'll fix my analogy for a moment. But one of the things that I loved about him is we're knee-deep into a conversation on Skype, and we're talking about different ways to make money and generate this and stuff, and he's schooling us. And he takes time out, and he's a busy guy. I mean, he's just busy. He takes time out, and just randomly, he's like, do you have kids? And he starts talking about my little daughters, and we start talking about his family, and just for like hours on end. And I was so impressed, and he knows my children's name and everything else. And before that, he was a guy I met that I had only known him for a few days, and he was just brilliant. And then he dials down to a family level, and I really love that about him. I never told him about that, so he's probably going to come out here in tears, but not really. Hey, Tess, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just trying to hold back the tears right now.
I'm going to make you a presenter, Hitesh, okay? Or are you already one?
Yeah, I think I already did it.
Okay.
But, well, you guys are going to realize that one of the good qualities that Roger and Kevin have is that they're really good salesmen. So they have done a great job of selling me on here. But I just kind of want to switch gears. I actually want to focus a little bit more on you guys because you all already know how awesome these two guys are, and you already have heard about how awesome the product is. But one of the things I want to do is pull up my infamous Paint. Everybody knows that I love using Paint to actually go over some stuff. And the, the bottom line of any company is that there are two aspects to the company. There's the customer aspect, and there's the affiliate aspect. Okay, and what happens is that most of the time, companies successfully focus on just one of the two sides. They do a really good job on the customer side. The customers are happy, but they have such a crappy job on the affiliate side that it's very hard to sell it. Or they do a great job on the affiliate side, and they do a crappy job on the customer side. Now, here's how that affects things. The customer side really affects the retention, and the affiliate side really affects the conversions. Okay, so if you have really good affiliate tools and really good affiliate systems in place, then you will get a lot of sales. But those sales don't stick because the product itself doesn't really do much. Now, at this point, you guys already have seen that basically the DS Domination product absolutely rocks. Okay, we know that already. You've seen that already. You see why it is so awesome. But at the same time, we need to also talk about why you guys are in a very special position as founders, because there's the affiliate side to DS Domination that also rocks. Okay, and here's why it does so well. So I'm going to walk you through some of the things that happen on the affiliate side and what exactly is going to be happening with our company and why we are going to be probably the only company that has pulled off some of the things that we're about to pull off. Okay, so let me first explain what's going to happen with the founders, the funds that are going to be coming in from the founders program, and what's going to be happening with all of your links. If you're a founder already with DS Domination, or if you're going to be soon, here's what's going to happen. The way that our funnel works is that we have the standard squeeze page type of a page, right? That's what pretty much everybody knows of. You have a squeeze page. We drive the traffic to the squeeze page, and some of these people become leads, or in our case, most of these people become leads, and then they go ahead and join the first step. Okay, so basically the pro level product, which is $19.95 per month. Okay, now that's the standard funnel. What we are doing is very different from this, and what we're doing is actually far beyond what anybody else has done. What we do is not only do we drive the traffic to the squeeze page, get the leads, and then we follow up with the leads until they purchase this, but if somebody lands on the page, they show interest, but they actually don't give us their email, which a lot of people will do, we actually manage to track them down all over the web, and we use retargeting campaigns to bring their attention back to DS Domination. So even if they just came onto the page, which is really important for an affiliate, if you are going to go out and promote DS Domination, we are actually going to follow those people around all over the internet and show them ads for DS Domination, whether it be on Facebook, whether they are visiting some news site, whether they are watching some videos on YouTube or whatever. We're going to manage to show them more ads about DS Domination and exactly why they need to pay attention to that. Okay, this is basically the next level of marketing. They are seeing that everywhere that they go. So,
Tess, can I recap that really quick?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think it's crystal clear, but I remember when I was very new, a squeeze page, I didn't know what that word was. Okay, just things like that. I can remember that, and you knew what a squeeze page was when you were born. I didn't. So what's gonna happen, okay, in traditional 99.9% of the public, what they do is they have a fancy schmancy page like the one I started out with on the screen there with the Walmart and the Amazon logo and things like that. That'd be like a squeeze page, and your goal is for them to give us their information and then go get sold the pro level, the $19.95. And if they buy it, awesome, we're making $19.95 more a month. And if it's your lead, you're making, you're making the commission on the $19.95 a month. Awesome, you love that. But we're not going to let anybody get away. So we use something called retargeting. So they come through here and they land on that squeeze page and they say, I'm not in the mood for $19.95 today, or Super Bowl's on, I'll check this out later. Just for landing on the page, as they surf the internet for the rest of their life, we're going to be right there. They'll go on Facebook and using retargeting, will be on their wall. Hey guys, remember DS Domination? It's awesome. And then they'll go to YouTube. Hey, right here, DS and this is all still tagged to you if it's your lead, and they're on YouTube watching some video on, I don't know, a guy that drank a bottle of mustard, and they see that finally like, this DS Domination, what is this thing? And they go back and look at it, and we make the sale. It's tagged to you. Okay, so we hunt them like crazy. And you might notice, you may have noticed that you'll be looking at a product or something online, and then you're on Facebook, and it's like, oh, what a coincidence. That product's there on Facebook. I was just looking at that. It's not a coincidence. It's retargeting, and we're going to do that like crazy. Back to you, Hitesh.
And
thanks for explaining that. Kevin, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was going to say, it's not just on YouTube or Facebook either, guys. Extend this out to if you go to CNN.com.
Yep.
Anywhere you go.
Yeah.
Wanda. Anywhere.
It's almost evil how deep our reach is. It's like we are junior Google or something like that. But see, the cool thing is that we don't stop there. Like we talked about earlier, what we do is if somebody joins at the pro level at $19.95 a month, we don't stop there. We actually will be giving more training, more webinars, and we switch over the campaign, and they now begin receiving additional training, telling them about why they need to join the elite level and how that will benefit them. Now, here is the problem. In most companies, this works, but doesn't work really that well. And it doesn't work that well because most of the people on the basic level are already failing. Why would they ever pay more money to the same company where they're already failing? So instead, what happens here is very unique. In our case, we find that majority of the people, and by majority, I mean significant percentage, over 50% of the people will go ahead and decide to upgrade to the next level because they use the basic level, they see results coming in from that using Roger's training, and then they'll go on to the next level and they'll say, well, I'm obviously getting results with the basic. I see all these results that other people are getting in the elite version. I want to go and join that as well. When they do that, immediately your residual income has gone up even more because you're going to be now tagged with another $99 a month sale coming in every single month. And this cycle keeps repeating and it continues on and on. We then continue giving them more details about the DSD Unleashed level, which is a one-time $249, which again gets tagged to you. All of these sales get tagged to you, and we are the ones who are handling all of this marketing on your behalf. Obviously, if you want to follow up with your leads, which you should, all you guys on here are pretty savvy marketers yourself. So hopefully you understand what's going on here. We are basically combined the only way in which both customer side of things, which is the retention, as well as the affiliate side of things, which is the conversions, work in tandem to create an awesome income for you and an awesome income for all the people who are joining this. So all the average people who usually will fail in majority of the companies that join or majority of the things they try to do online are now going to finally be successful, both from the product side because they're going to be making money with eBay, and they're going to be successful on the affiliate side because all they have to do is maybe post on their Facebook. If they don't know how to drive traffic or anything like that, they just post on their Facebook and say, hey, these are my results from using DS Domination. And that's all they need to do, and they have already made their money back. Okay, now here's why they make their money back so quickly. Because one of the key things that we believe in is making sure that people have a very strong incentive to share the word about the product with as many people as possible. And for that, we've come up with a commission structure that is very, very appealing, which basically starts out with 50% commissions on the first year. Okay, so basically, if you make 2 sales in DS Domination, you are basically making your money back on a monthly basis. So if you generate 2 sales at the pro level, you're making your $19.95 a month back. If you generate 2 sales at the elite level, you're making $99 a month. And that's really as simple as it is. Just 2 sales and you have your money back, which is very appealing to the standard person. As you know, the average number of sales generated by somebody in an MLM is 2.4. So if that's all that happens, if we just see the average results across the board, then we have a lot of people who are actually in profits for pretty much the first time in the history of network marketing. So we continue this whole process, and Kevin is going to break down this whole process a little bit more. He's going to show you some of the other products that we have and how we go all the way up to $499. But there are a couple other things that I want to talk about in here as well, because there are going to be a lot of people who are going to say, okay, you know, this is awesome, but I really want to take this to the next level, but I have no idea about traffic generation. I have no idea about being a recruiter. I don't want to promote. I don't know how to do all this stuff. What do I do for that? I don't know how to build my list and so on. And here's what we have done for that. We actually have a market extreme system built in. And this is available to users. They can actually purchase this, and again, you receive commissions on that. And what they can do is they can activate their lead generation with this. They can enter their own autoresponder codes, and they can actually enter additional companies and additional products that they would like to build out or sell using DS Domination. And then all they do is they go ahead and get traffic, or they can get directly leads, and we again do the same thing for them. This whole system plays out for them as well. We drive the traffic, they build out a list, they get all these follow-up commissions coming into them, they get all the sales being made on their behalf, basically. And it basically turns everything on its head. Instead of having the average person struggling in a company to try and make good on his investment, now we have the average person who's making money with the product, is making money with the affiliate side, and he's basically automating the whole process on all the sides. Now, one major challenge that a lot of people have at this point is, okay, this sounds great on paper and it sounds beautiful, but what if this actually happens? What if you actually end up driving, like we know we will, hundreds of thousands of people to your pages? How are you going to handle that? What's going to happen with the payment processing? What's going to happen with all the tagging of the right affiliates and so on and so forth? So in that regard, I actually want to show you guys something about the checkout process. One of the very unique things that we have been able to do is, with our checkout process, when somebody first creates an account, before they even get to the payment page where they're going to pay, based on their geographical location, based on some of the different other criteria that we look at, we tell them what is the best way for them to pay based on that. So if you, for example, had people writing in from a place where you know there's a lot of credit card fraud, or they don't have credit cards, or no processing company is going to take the risk, we actually give them the options to pay in cash. They can actually go to local places nearby and pay in cash, and that gets applied to their DS Domination account. Or they can send in back wires, or they can send in Western Union, or they can send Kiwi. If you are in New Zealand or Australia, you know about that. There's all these different options that we have already integrated with, where we are able to actually provide very personalized methods for people to pay out, people to pay into our company if they so chose. So let me give you a kind of an example. A lot of the times what happens in international teams is you have a team of 200, 300, 400 people, and you have 2 or 3 people who are basically the facilitators. They're the leaders amongst those teams. One of the things that we've been able to do is work out a system where this whole team could give the money in cash to the leaders, and the leader just goes and deposits that or wires that in, and we automatically apply that towards all of the different users. These are some of the things that have literally never been done before. And if we detect, for example, that somebody already has an account built out, which can be used to pay for it, a solid trust pay or an iPayout or what have you, then we are able to actually just tell them immediately, hey, you already have enough funds in your account, just pay with that. You don't even need to worry about credit card. Or if somebody selects US and they are a domestic person, then we just basically say, hey, here you go, here's the best credit card option for you. All of these things have been discussed. We already have these relationships in place. We already have this done. And part of the reason we have this done is, like Kevin and Roger said, over the past 8 months of the existence of DS Domination under other names, we've already done close to $200,000 worth of sales. So we know exactly how to handle a lot of this stuff and exactly how this is all going to play out. And we've been able to build up these relationships. We've been able to build up our conversion testing. We've been able to build up this whole gigantic system around the whole thing over this time period. And by the way, at any time you guys have any questions, feel free to just write in and let me know if you have any questions about it. But
I'd like to just recap a couple things you said, if it's okay.
Of course.
One, I don't even know if this has ever been done, but it's customized again. So based on your geolocation in the world, we're going to give you the best checkout process for you. So if you've ever been in a company where you're trying to bring someone in from Russia and you desperately want them in here, but Visa doesn't work, okay? They won't even see Visa. They'll see the best option for checkout, which will slow down the hiccups of recruiting and allow us to be worldwide. Now, that's astounding. And guys, we're humble in this. Now, I'll tell you, the processors are one of the focuses. And I watched David Wood launch Empower, and I watched Joel Terrian's with GVO, loses processors, and by no means did we think we were smarter than them. So when we had all these processors put in place, we didn't say, oh, well, those guys weren't as smart as us. We kind of triple-checked it by saying maybe those guys were as smart as us, but they were made false promises by the processors. So let's get some documents from the processors, and let's add more processors, and let's add this wallet, and let's add this ability to pay, and let's add ACH, and let's add this, to put so many layers on this to protect ourselves. So awesome on the geographical checkout. Now, Hitesh, you mentioned something. I'm not sure if you're going to come to this, but back when you were talking about so many people are going to hear how good the $99 level is, they're going to upgrade. Well,
Yep.
Can you talk a little bit about Facebook and how they're going to hear this?
Yes. Well, actually, let me go ahead and explain some of the other things that we're building in. So here's what happens. Like I said, what happens when somebody gets great results? They like to go out and share it. The problem is that we don't really believe, and you all know this instinctively, people don't like sharing the good news sometimes near as much as they like to share the bad news. And that actually is one of those sad facts. So what we do is we have an internal forum that we'll have for all our members where they can post their results and so on and so forth. But when somebody posts a positive result, not only do we get it posted onto our Facebook page, which is our main fan page, we actually, if they have certain permissions set in their account, we'll be able to post that directly on different members' wall in Facebook. So all of their friends are suddenly seeing that they just made their first sale on eBay, or they just say something really positive about DS Domination, and so on and so forth. And this is all on autopilot. So these are people who have never ever been able to promote anything. They've never had the desire to promote anything, and they are basically truly organically and in a very viral way, they are going out and they are sharing all of this stuff now, and we are basically going to see a viral explosion in traffic from that as well. But one thing that I also want to mention in here is that we have a really awesome fear of loss system built in. And this is slightly different from some of the other fear of loss systems out there. What you might have heard of is the whole concept of you only get commissions paid on what you already have. So if you have the pro level but you do not have the elite level purchased, then you aren't able to earn commissions on the elite level, right? Well, but here's how we took a little different take on that. While you won't earn the commission on it, you will receive a notification saying, hey, this person just signed up at the elite level and you're missing out because you don't have the elite level. But we don't do something like passing up of the sale, or the sale being lost, or the person being moved above you, or something like that, because we believe that the potential should still remain. So now you have this huge incentive to say, oh, I should upgrade, because the moment I upgrade, down the road, I'm going to start receiving all these commissions. And that's one of the big factors why a lot of people will continue to receive follow-up from us saying, hey, we have all these people in your organization who already have these levels. If you just upgrade it today, you will increase your income by so and so amount. And that alone is a very powerful vehicle, because instead of saying, well, too bad, you missed out, better luck next time, we instead are saying, hey, you missed out, but if you upgrade right now, we'll make it right. It'll all be good for you starting from here on out. So it's a huge...
You know why we can do this? This is just a little addition. I mean, to interrupt you. We can do this where other companies can't, because you'll have an empty product that doesn't make people money. So you better create this fear of loss so they upgrade before they realize they can't make any money on the product. But we're 100% confident everybody can make money on the product. We don't mind saying, hey, we don't have to threaten you to upgrade right away because of fear of loss. You're still going to get that commission, but I'm telling you, people are going to be upgrading. Back to you. Sorry.
No, that's great. Your job is to interrupt me. We all discussed this before. And by the way, this is a one-time payment, just to be clear. This is a one-time one, the DST Unleashed. Now, here's one of the fun facts about this whole thing. Because I see this question coming in. As a founder, what level are we starting at? Well, as a founder, you will have access to all of this stuff. You will actually have access to all of this, plus you will never have to pay the monthly costs, and you will also have access to all of this traffic that we will be basically buying and managing and optimizing on your behalf with the founder's system. Really, the key thing here is that we are not looking for people who have money to spend on this. That's not what we're after. What we're after are strategic partners who understand the whole concept of customers for retention and affiliate stuff for conversions. That's the key thing that we want you to understand. If you are somebody who understands that, then we want you on the team for when we go live. And that's really the whole key behind this. That's why we have such a big emphasis on having a Founders Club beforehand, because we don't need the money, but we do want the partners with us who understand this whole concept, who will appreciate what we have built here, and they'll actually go out. They'll not just promote with us, but they'll basically also go ahead and help us explode this to at a level that's basically not been done before.
Awesome. Awesome. We got a lot of questions rolling in, but Hitesh, can you? We got the DSD Elite to DSD Unleash. Can you go over real quick for these guys, Monopoly and Marketing Extreme, just a little bit, kind of touch on those two?
Yep. Yes, I'm actually drawing those out right now. So back to paint.
Cool.
So we have DSD Unleash. Now, I also want you guys to understand something. We are not building a funnel that just hammers people over and over with a sales pitch after sales pitch. When the actual flow of our sign-up process is that somebody immediately gets the option to buy Elite and Unleashed. If they don't get it, that's fine. We don't give them another sales pitch. We give them their members' login information. We say, oh, you know what? We don't want to hammer you with sales pitches. If you said no to these things, then we probably need to build some trust with you. So we'll give you the members login. Go ahead, start using the pro version, and we'll see what happens from that point on. But constantly in their members area, we show them banners saying, this is how much income you're losing out on, or these are the results from people who have Elite and you don't. So we have all of that going on. But what happens after somebody has all of these? But it doesn't stop. First of all, we have DSD Monopoly, which is a really, really awesome system, which is the next step beyond just selling on eBay by using these other places as suppliers. Instead, we flip it on its head. Now we say, you know what, use anything as a supplier. Now we're going to take it to the next level, kind of hooking you up with direct contacts, things like that, where you will be able to establish a huge monopoly where you are selling products on multiple places, multiple sources, and you'll be able to connect directly with even from China's importers and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's what DSD Monopoly is about. And this is a $4.99 one-time product. Okay, and again, as a founder, you would have access to this already. Okay, so you guys don't have to worry about paying for this, but you guys do want to consider the fact that this is a $250 commission that is a huge, huge, huge pay boost for majority of the people. And you can see why a lot of people will want to get this. If somebody has made $500 total using Roger's training already, they're not going to hesitate to spend that on here. And we have seen that over and over already in our testing, so we know that that's going to happen again.
Okay. And what's going to happen when I invite, you know, we have a webinar for DSD Domination, all of your teams on there, and I roll out a gentleman from Russia that was living in Florida, reached out to me and bought the $2,500 of the training from me way back when, okay? And he's going to be able to show a screenshot using systems like DSD Monopoly, where he sold tens of thousands of dollars in profit on one pill product using the various sites and the various suppliers and everything else. And he can show product after product after product like that. Who's not going to pay the $4.99? And you have 100 people on your team and half them pay, well, that's 50 times $250 from one webinar. Huge.
Yep. Exactly. That fear of loss just works so beautifully in scenarios like that. Just to, you know, I'm going to continue on to the next thing. Then we have basically the option for people to purchase the Market Extreme pack, which gives them access to all of the internal training. That gives them access to a bunch of training, yes, but it also actually gives them the access and the ability to be able to add other companies that they want to build or other products they want to sell. It also gives them the ability to put in their own autoresponder codes and start building a whole lot of income with that and build out their own lists, get traffic with that, get leads with that. They'll be able to do all of those things with Market Extreme, which and like I said, Mark, it's not just training. It's actually a whole software platform which allows them to drive traffic, build their lists, promote multiple companies if they so choose, and of course they get training on top of that. Okay, and again, all of this is optional, but the reason we want to make it optional is because we know for a fact that people love to buy stuff when they don't feel obligated to buy it, but they know that they want it. And that's what happens in our case. In our funnel, people buy stuff because they want it, not because they're afraid or because they feel like they must or else they're going to fail or something like that. So this is what happens here. People start purchasing these things. And again, you get 50% commissions across the board on all of the stuff on the first tier sale alone. Okay, and our tiers actually go into 10 levels deep. So you actually get paid 10 levels deep, but just on the first level alone, you're getting 50% commissions. Okay, so that's Market Extreme. And then we actually give them one more final super option, which is a $49 a month direct access fee. Okay, now this is very unique. What we have is we actually have a contact, we have a connection with one of the largest sellers on eBay. He's actually one of the third largest sellers in his particular niche, and he has direct contacts. He gets stuff manufactured in China, imports it, huge containers coming in every week, and so on and so forth. And what we're able to do is we allow our members to have direct access to this guy. So they actually have access to the insider, the inside supplier for many of these other people. So they're able to go out and basically compete with anybody else, have much higher margins, and when they sell stuff, not just on eBay or wherever else they want. And it's basically a super awesome insider connection for anybody who is selling anything on eBay or selling anything online really. So this is, again, we know, extremely popular. We know that people want it. We've been receiving email after email by people asking when we can make this available to them. And this is basically what we've been waiting for, to make it available in DS Domination. So within this whole thing, you have 3 different products that are on a monthly membership basis, which can build you a very strong residual income. And in addition to that, you have very solid one-time payment options as well, which are products that, again, you earn a whole lot more on in just a single shot. Now, let me explain our payout structure really quick. So, like I said, we have 50% commission on the first year, which is awesome because that just means you have 2 sales and it's 2 to free. Once you have 2 sales, you're done. But we also have 10% commission on the second tier, 5% on the third, 3%, 2%, and then 1% on levels 6 through 10, which basically means that you're going to be building a whole lot of income out of this, regardless of what kind of a builder you are. If you are somebody who really focuses on going out and promoting stuff and getting a lot of sales yourself, you can do that. And you can make a very, very strong income with that. If you're somebody who's a builder and they like to build deep organizations and do link rotations for different members and things like that, you're going to do really well with that too. So that's why we built out a structure like this, which everybody is going to really strongly benefit from. And yes, Peter, I do want to clarify that every single one of the products that you see on here, all of the founders will get access to all of these products. Okay, so the founders don't have to pay the $49 a month for direct access. They don't pay for the Market Extreme. They don't have to pay for DST Monopoly or Unleashed or Elite or any of these things. All of these are actually included as being a part of the founder. Okay, now I'm going to hand this off to Kevin quick, and Kevin can actually explain a couple of the benefits of being the founder, in addition to all of the things that I just mentioned, alongside with the traffic generation that we do for you and all of these other awesome things that we do for you. And he's going to explain a couple of other things about the founders, where you can go and get and join as a founders, and what we expect out of you as a founder. Because like I explained before, this is not a sales pitch where we're trying to sell you on, look at all you get because you are a founder. This is more of, we want you to understand what DST is about, because we want you as a partner in this whole thing with us. So Kevin, if you want to go in and explain some of this in a little more detail.
Oh, for sure. And we can leave it on your screen. I love your paint. I love your paint drawing. So if you want to draw one, that's awesome.
I'll go Picasso tonight.
Yeah, we have a guys. A little running joke. Roger and Hitesh always compete on their paint.
No,
drawings.
we don't compete. I get smoked. I was using that silly pencil for the longest time, and yeah, I'm pretty excited to draw a box now at this point. But anyway, sorry.
Well, guys, I mean, what we're looking for, I mean, we kind of went over this, that for the DSD Founders Group, if you, a real quick rundown, is number one, you make 1% of everything that the company does. So 1% everything the company does until, the end of time, you get to share in that. You get all the products for free. just like Hitesh has outlaid on here, all the lead generation software that we have back there, all the marketing training that we have back there, and I think some of that stuff is going to really blow you away. DSD Unleashed, the Monopoly, Elite, everything, you guys get that for life for free. You never make a payment into the system. But what's really unique is that not only are you getting all that stuff that somebody would have came in and paid for, but since you're a founder and it's by personal invite only, what we're doing is we're taking all the money from the founders group and we're running it through your links. So what's really cool is there'll be a small window when we start signing up, and you'll have access to the back office before anybody else. And you'll be able to set up your accounts and tag it with your leads, and we'll take your links and we'll run the traffic through those links. So all the money being generated, 150 founders, that's what we're doing, $150,000 in traffic immediately getting rotated through everyone's link that's on the call. 1% of everything that we do. All the courses for free, and this is what we really expect, because you can kind of look at this and see that we could have just pulled $50,000 out of one of our merchant accounts or $100,000 out and said, put it to traffic. We don't need a founders group. Let's go. You know, we could have done that, but what we really want to do is we want to have a core group of people that have some skin in the game, that are in this with us, that are a part of what we're doing just as much as Roger, Hitesh, and myself. That's what we really want out of this group. That's what we're looking for, is to move forward and build this as a partner, as a family would do so. So that's pretty much the rundown on you know, how we look at this founders group and where it is. And I don't think, guys, I don't think this has been done before. I've been a founder in some companies before, and Roger's been a founder, and I'm sure Hitesh has been a founder. You know, you're and a founder, and there's a big allure to it, right? But at the end of the day, let's be honest. You're treated like like another member in the system. You know, you're treated like, you don't have any ownership in it, you don't have any stake in it. You might get some small reward for being in it as a founder, but as you can see, every penny that comes in goes right back out for you guys, and you get 1% of the company. So our whole goal in this, guys, really is to just build a family with the founders, and just go crazy with it. Just go crazy with it. So with that, I want to take a look at the questions and see what we got here.
Okay, while you're bringing up the questions, hey Tess, can you scroll up, because I think, you know, in network marketing, it's or programs like this, it's you know, you always want to know what the product is. So I'm going to go over some of the things that are in these various levels for you, so you can be confident when you're sharing this with your teams and your friends and stuff, they're getting incredible value. So that pro level is going to be, some of the bulk of it is that Amazon/eBay demonstration that I did, but you're also going to learn how to make money on returns, and how to do listings fast, and how to you know, do all kinds of little idiosyncrasies to make more and more money using Amazon/eBay. The DSD Elite is going to have 5 to 7. I can't remember off the top of my head. I programmed a couple weeks ago. I believe it was 6 or 7 programs in there. Other sources where I've done webinars and I've showed the product after product, and I've been on Skype with Kevin. I've been like, watch this, and I'll come back 5 minutes later. Look, someone made 200, 300, 200, 400, 700, 200, and I'll show these products, and these are from the sources that's going to be in the DSD Elite. And then when you go down to the DSD Elite, there's going to be other suppliers as well, but the best, really high-end, really amazing suppliers that people can make money in their sleep. And in a lot of the videos, I joke that you're probably going to start ordering your personal product from these sites you didn't know existed before you got here, because the price point and the products are amazing. And then this is riddled with different tips and stuff, how to take your PayPal money that you got to pay PayPal and get that price lowered, why you're going to offer best offer, opening stores, marketing through various programs outside of just eBay, how to use another site to bulk upload all of your listings from eBay so that makes subsequent more sales and things like that. And that's going to be in DSD Unleashed. And then Tess talked about DSD Monopoly, and these guys are going to be covering the marketing stream, and they covered the $49 a month product pretty detailed. So those are some of the products that are going to be in there. Now, again, when they're into $19.95, they're over there just making money, eBay/Amazon. You can feel comfortable. They're going to call you. I probably have 1,000 compliments over the last few years of people like, saved my family, got a new home, all this stuff in there. It'll make you feel good. And then they're going to be driven towards the $99 a lead again for many, many reasons, and just put zeros on their sales. $10 goes to $100, $50, and make more and more money. In DSD Elite, there's going to be samples emailed out to them where they can be confident when they do upgrade, they'll see where the suppliers of all those samples that I sent out in the email came from. They'll be daily. This sold Tuesday, 20 minutes ago, and you can find out the source of that in Elite. Of course, they're going to all upgrade from there, and then, you know, the webinars and stuff, and talking about Unleashed and all the tips and everything that's in there, and, you know, do a webinar that you have the opportunity to move all of your eBay items over to another auction site and sell on both and make twice as much money. Who's not going to do that? And then a webinar is rolling out and this, and it just massive push through. When I say push through, not to take money out of people's pockets, but to graduate them. Hey, I'm doing well. I want to make more money, more money, more money, more money, more money, and subsequently you make more money. Back to you, Kevin.
Yeah, that's super exciting because I'll tell you what, guys. Imagine this scenario: somebody comes in, they get the Pro, or let's say they even get the DSD Elite. Okay, so they're at the $99 a month level. We do a webinar. Okay, we do a webinar, and we record that webinar of training appropriate for that level. And then we end that talking a little bit about Unleashed and how to build out Unleashed. We just developed an hour's worth of content, of quality content that goes into that Elite training. So it's an ongoing training while we're showing them why they need the Unleashed at the end of it. So starting out, we can start out with content X, Y, and Z for every level. But as time goes by, it can grow to insane amounts. We take the marketing extreme, one time $199. We can do training and go out there and show them how we do pay-per-click campaigns on Facebook. We can go out there and show them all these different marketing strategies that we use and how they can generate leads into the system. And put that content, that training material, into the marketing extreme, and all the while saying, hey guys, if you don't have it yet, get the direct access feed. So I hope that kind of is like an aha moment, that we can grow so much in each of these modules while promoting the next module. So in a year from now, when someone comes into DSD Monopoly, what started out as 10 hours of training turns into 50 or 60. So the value just goes up and up and up, and we can do that all day long. There's always new material. There's always new things. Roger sat here one day, I'll tell you, and he said, watch this. And he goes on to eBay, and he's like, look at this, look at that, look at this. And he showed me 5 different products where if he sold them right now, he'd make $200 a pop. And I was like, how often can you do that? And he's like, I could do this all day long if I want to. So it's ridiculous the amount of training that we can provide in each of these modules as time goes by, how much more we can ramp up the modules while promoting the next one. Not being abrasive, not being harsh, just showing them, look, this is why you need the next level, because if you think this training was great in the Elite, wait till you get into Unleashed. And that's driving more money for
I put so much into these, I even forgot some stuff. As a matter of fact, at that Elite level, we'll call it $100 for math, $1,200 for the year. But by using 2 of the companies as your supplier that's in there, they're going to give you $1,000 cash back at the end of the year. So even if you just use the cash back and didn't make a dime, you know, you're going to get $1,000 cash back, which will pretty much cover your monthly in there. I forgot there's so many rebate programs and everything else that I rolled in there that it's awesome.
It's you know, simply it's the best product out there, guys, for any kind of, for an affiliate program and for an MLM, which is what we're doing. It's just crazy.
Yeah, and this is not this is my final word on everything, guys. A couple things to go over. One, this was a really private invite type thing, call to call, and not that we don't want anybody on here, nobody deserves to be on here, but as you know, I'm in another company, okay, and I love that company. And it looks like some people were notified from that company about this, and that's fine. You're here, cool. But just letting you know that we will be maintaining the integrity of the genealogy of that company, 1. 2, I am not going to be hitting lists from the other company. I would highly recommend you guys don't do this. Do the same thing. Don't go out there and start trying to recruit from the company that I'm in and we're in together, okay? Because it'll just turn into a mess for you, all right? So I just want to make that statement. Now, that's the negative. The positive statement is this. We're running out of founder spots. In fact, we have a webinar. I don't even know the total number that's registered for it. It was like 1,300 people registered for it in about 2 seconds. Kevin and Hitesh and I have massive lists, and we know that we could do a webinar and we would have sold all founder spots immediately from the webinar, but we don't want 150 people that are just going to join to get the 1% commission, which you'll always end up in the black on that. We don't want people to just join and collect 1% commissions. We want to do a fast start. That's why you're here. If you don't feel that you can build a team because you don't have experience with it, or you're committed to something else, and please pass on this, and thank you for your time in here, okay? So we're not the usual company, hey, let's sell something. We have expectations from you guys. That said, the massive webinar that we are going to do on the 12th, we'll just sell this out times 10. We're not going to sell it beyond 150 people. But I guess what I'm getting at is you just have a few days to get involved and then talk to your good people that you feel would be rewarded in this, as well as have the ability to build a team, folks to be committed, love one another, and just connect with us. We got about 72 hours, and then, you know, if they're all gone, well, then we'll cancel the webinar. If they're not, then we'll just hop on there for a few seconds and round it out. And then the date for the launch is the 23rd, right, Hitesh? 23rd? Launch on the 23rd, and we've gone through so many, you know, stoppages and check and balances. Hitesh has got his family coming in to be at his home, so he can focus on all of this 3-4 days before this launch is testing. I couldn't get Kevin to take a day off to, I can't even think of the analogy, to meet Elvis Presley. But he's going to be taking some time off, I think a week prior to the launch of this, to make sure everything's in place. And I will sit back and smile. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, I'm just making sure this goes smooth. Guys, I'll leave with that. We're not going to put up a big link because people invited you here. Do whatever. Ask any questions. We'll go to Q&A after this. But do you guys have any final thoughts? Because for once, I'm going to shut up.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to go over very quickly what our plan is for the launch and what our schedule looks like for the launch. Like Roger just mentioned, we plan on going live for the mass public on the 23rd. And if you go to DS Domination right now, you will actually be able to see that. You will see this cute little countdown clock going on here, which Roger coded out, obviously not. But,
nice code, Roger.
So, but yeah, so this is basically the countdown clock. So this is how much time we have before we basically go live for the general public. Okay, that's the time when everybody will be able to promote to everyone at the price points that we just disclosed to you, the $19.95 a month and so on and so forth. Until that time does not mean that we have the Founders Club going. The Founders Club is only going to go, Founders Club is only open until the 18th or 150 spots being filled. And we can guarantee you right now that the 150 spots will not be open until the 18th. There is no way that that's going to happen. Okay, because we actually already have a ton of people in here. And we are looking at doing a webinar. We already have like 1,300 some registrations, as Roger mentioned to you, and we'll basically be going with that and probably be filling out the whole Founders Club at that time. Okay, so the point is that we need you to take action right now. We need you to contact other builders and other leaders that you know and let them know about the Founders Club. Explain to them what's going to be happening. Explain to them this is probably going to be one of the biggest launches, if not the biggest launch of this year, and possibly going into 2014 as well. And the biggest thing that we want you to do in all of this is keep focused on the fact that during the Founders Club time, we want you to focus on builders. Contact the builders that you are that you have relationships with or that you know of. Let them know of this coming up. We don't need you to go out and start trying to mass promote at this moment, because those links are not going to be live until the 23rd. Okay, so until the 23rd, you will not be able to bring all your massive lists in or the general population in. This is really the time for you to prepare for this. This is really the time for you to understand all of this and basically start building the contacts and connecting with everyone and letting them know what's coming. Now, if you are looking to join the Founders Club, the Founders Club, by the way, is just a one-time payment of $9.97. Okay. Okay, that's all it is. And again, like we explained, the reason why we don't care to charge, we could charge $5,000 for this and could totally justify the cost. We're not looking to bring people in just because they have a lot of money. We want people in who have contacts, who are going to work with us, who basically match these expectations from a founder. Okay, that's what we are really after over here. Now, here is the important thing: we are not going to be disclosing a clear-cut Founders Club link here because this is only open to other founders. So only other founders can refer the founders. So you will have to contact the person who invited you to the webinar tonight, ask them for their link, and you'll be able to go and join the Founders Club from there. And we are doing that because that preserves the genealogy going into the actual public launch. We are going to be taking the genealogies built by the Founders Club, and we're going to be actually preserving them into the future as well. So if you referred somebody else into the Founders Club and they referred somebody else into the Founders Club, when we go live, they are going to be arranged under different tiers under you like that. And when they go out and start building with the mass launch, you're also going to be getting the benefit at that time. If you want to join the Founders Club right now, you need to get a hold of the person who referred you to this webinar tonight, and you need to ask them for their link. And they can give you the link and you can join right now. We have a ton of founders who have already joined and they're still joining. But that's basically what you need to do. Ask the person who referred you to this webinar and ask them for their link.
And just a heads up, guys, we actually had, since we've been on this call, we've had 4 founders come in. So it's speeding up, and like Roger said, we could have just sent out an email to lists. We could have put a banner up in the back office of the multiple membership sites we have. We didn't do any of that because we don't want to sign up founders. We want our founders to go out there and sign up founders on, as they see fit, the builders that they have. So it's really hard for us to not just shoot out an email or push the trigger. But we haven't done it, and we won't. But be aware there was 4 founders that joined while we were on this call, guys. So
just a quick addition from me. I'm in the car now, but quick addition from me is keep in mind if you're in a primary right now. I used my training people on eBay to build a relationship to be able to grow out and go really high up in my companies that I joined for the last 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. So you will now no longer have the family member that you recruited that stayed in for 2 months and lost a bunch of money. You'll have the family member that joins and makes a bunch of money with you, and now we'll take a look maybe at your primary if that's not DSD domination, and you'll be able to control your back office and show them what banners they see. So great lead-in for your primary if you're not making DSD domination your primary. And I'm just going to keep doing that and keep working with my primary, only exploded even further because of the massive people that we can bring in here. Awesome, guys. I'll say goodnight, and then you guys want to say goodnight. And thanks, everybody, for being on here. I'm just going out to the store really quick. I'll be home in about 5 minutes, and then I can grab any questions. If you guys want to grab questions on there, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm actually already answering some questions on here.
Okay.
And so,
okay.
Kevin, you can go ahead and talk while I go ahead and type. That way people don't have to be put through my speech. They can listen to your melodious voice.
Oh, I attached, we didn't mention any of the prizes and stuff that we're going to be rolling out.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Prizes.
So
and rank levels, rank advancement.
Yep. Okay. Well, Kevin, go ahead. You go ahead and do that so I can quickly go ahead and answer the questions that are up here, okay?
We're going to be giving out coffee cups. crappy crappy, like not good coffee cups, like the plastic ones that don't even have the nice sleeve that keeps your hand from burning. Now, to be honest, we don't really believe in prizes for hitting certain levels, because to us we see that as money being withheld from affiliates and withheld from our members in order to do that. So we don't believe in any of that. Rank advancements. I want you guys guess on the chat here. How many rank advancements do you think that we have in this system? Let me get a number from a couple people. 5. We got one person at 5. 7. No, we got one rank advancement.
Okay, before you tell me what it is, Kevin, I recognize in different companies that there was like a core level, and if you can drive people to that core level and have them create a desire to get an attainable level, then you can get massive replication. So we just said let's do one core level that's super easy for everybody to get to, and then you can just say, hey, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this, and I'll do this with Kevin. Sorry.
Yeah, one level. And now, and we were kicking this around, guys, but looks like the number we settled on was 14 people, and you are a DS Dominator.
You got to say with authority, Kevin.
Yeah. That was kind of a...
That was excellent. I'll do the voiceover, guys.
All right.
You're a DS Dominator, and you're gonna get bonus. You're gonna get multiple levels open up. You guys have access to all the levels, level 1 through 10, just being a founder. But your team will expose all kinds of different levels for them to collect on, because they're a DS Dominator, and they're gonna get this really cool. Well, we'll save that one. Back to the prizes, Kevin. We're not really giving away an old coffee cup. We will have, everything from, top promoters, top teams, top everything from iPads to ATVs to high-tech teddy bears to cars, which are going to be pretty cool. So
no joke, guys. We actually have high-tech teddy bears.
Yeah, go to Amazon. Funny story. I was on a webinar with Hitesh about 4 months ago, and I was like, you can get anything on Amazon. I typed in his name, and there's a HITESH teddy bear on there. So I love Hitesh on it. We all laughed. You can go check it out.
Go to Amazon and check it out. Cool.
That's a hoax. These guys are just making it up. Nothing.
No, go Google it, guys.
There is no I love Hitesh teddy bear.
It does say it. We haven't brought ourselves to buy it yet.
Put his mailing address on the screen. Sorry.
All right, so we're getting questions on the leads. How about the 1,000 leads per person? The leads, guys, it's not really a set amount because lead costs fluctuate, right? So we can't make any claims as, oh, once you're in as a founder, we're gonna send you 1,000 leads exactly. We get in trouble when we do stuff like that, so we don't do that. But we will be generating leads through your links, for sure.
Basically, all the money that comes in from the Founders Club, okay, a vast majority of it is basically spent on traffic, okay, traffic and lead generation, and we're rotating all of the founders' links in there. Okay, so that's how that works. All right, so that's what that's about. I'm a little confused about what exactly you're referring to, Trent, because I'm not sure where you heard that or who mentioned that or who said that to you specifically. The 3,000 free leads per person, things like that. I'm not quite sure where that might be somebody that might be a different affiliate who is offering to do that, and that's completely outside of DS Domination. They are welcome to do that. You're welcome to do anything like that. But if you can just give me a little more information on that so I can understand exactly what you're referring to, I'll be happy to answer your question in more detail, Trent. Meantime, Wendy, you can buy leads, you can generate leads yourself. You should be doing both of them. The system that we have, the Market Extreme, which all founders will have access to already, what that lets you do is it lets you put your autoresponder code in there. It lets you select out of different landing pages that we already have, and not to be boastful about it, but the landing pages that we build do extremely well. We have some of the highest converting landing pages out there, so we know those are going to do really well. So you can take those landing pages, you can insert your own autoresponder code in there, and you will basically be getting all the leads that are generated from those pages when any traffic is sent to them. Then you can choose to either buy more traffic directly to those pages, or you can actually just go ahead and drive traffic yourself and generate leads that way as well. So you have complete flexibility. You own this. This is your system, your company. It is not, we're not going to be forcing you to behave in certain ways with it. You want to generate the leads, go for it. You want to buy the leads, go for it. You want to generate traffic, go for it. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. Okay, and then since Kevin kind of has to have forgotten about the prizes. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the prizes quick. What we're doing is we are going to be one of the few companies out there where we're going to have live leaderboards. Okay, so at all times you're going to have live leaderboards, and we're going to have 3 different categories for the leaderboard. We're going to have the highest sales in the month. We're going to have sales goals for the month, and you're going to have team size goals for the month. So anybody who builds a team really strongly and really quickly, so if you're somebody who likes to build a deep team with other people, if you're one of those people, if you do that, or if you're somebody who makes a lot of sales yourself, you want to go out and promote and make a lot of sales yourself, or if you hit certain sales thresholds, like if you get 5 sales in a month, or you get 10 sales or 20 sales and so on and so forth, we'll give those different criteria, which will fluctuate each month. We set up different goals each month. You will get different types of prizes. So those prizes, for example, I'll just give you a quick list of some of the prizes that we already have in the works. These will probably be the prizes for the first leaderboard contest that we're going to run starting from the 23rd. Those prizes include iPads, the fancy headsets, SteelSeries headsets, an ATV, which is a 4-wheeler basically, 2 different cars, a BMW and a Jaguar. And obviously, they're going to be different levels of sales goals for all of these, but they are achievable, mind you. We have a sports bike, and we have a set of power Bowflex dumbbells. So if you're somebody who likes to work out, so we have basically a whole lot of things like that. So those are some of the gifts that we or rewards that we currently have in the works that we already plan on having as additional bonuses on top of all the commissions that you earn, which, as you can see, we're kind of crazy. We give out a whole lot of money in these commissions. And the reason we can do that is because we are a very lean company. We don't have, we actually have done this ourselves. We know how well it works. So we don't have to try and basically hold on to every single penny because we don't know how long it's going to work. We know this is going to work forever. We know this is going to work great for a very long period of time. So we have no hesitation about paying out not just really high commissions, but then throwing in these awesome bonuses on top of all of that. Okay, so hopefully that gets some of you excited, because if you generate a certain number of sales, you can get iPads and so on. And if you are really going out there and you're going to really go for it, then you will be one of the very top people on the leaderboard, and you will be able to get some really fancy prizes, cruises, getting flown out, and all that kind of stuff if you are up for that. And of course, you can choose to just get cash bonuses instead as well. So we have all of those things in the works. We have all those things available. It's actually going to be quite crazy when all of this stuff happens together. Like I kind of mentioned here, the launch plan is basically all the founders promoting. A lot of other people who are not founders are going to be promoting as well. We'll have a lot of internal promotions that we'll be running, not just to our lists, but to additional lists and affiliate lists that we have access to. And then, of course, we'll have a mass advertising campaign running of a few $100,000 because we'll have about $150,000 just from the founders. We'll have our own money we'll be putting into that, and we'll have money that will be coming in at all times, which will be turning back into mass advertising as well. So you combine all those things, you combine that with the leaderboards, you combine that with the excitement of a product that actually works, that for the first time ever generates an income without any sales, without any recruiting or anything like that. You combine all those things together, you kind of have the recipe of an earth-shattering, groundbreaking, industry-changing launch.
Yeah, Domination.
Okay. So let me continue. I'm going to continue answering some of the other questions while Kev, if you want to talk, sing, well, let's have Roger sing or something. Will the founders have access to the training before the 23rd? Yes, founders will have access to all the training before the 23rd. We will have the complete members area with all the training. We actually showed you that we actually have a lot of the training in there already, but we'll have everything tested and everything live for founders on the 18th, which is why the cutoff date for the founders is the 18th. So on the 18th, everybody will have full access to everything in there. You can make videos, you can show that to other people, you can do webinars, show that to your lists, tell them about what's coming on the 23rd, and so on and so forth. You're welcome to do all of those things from that moment on. And even now, we actually have most of it already filled out. And here in the near future, we'll have it all completed. But we are putting a date of the 18th on it because we just like giving safe dates to people that they can work with. So that's basically it.
Here's really cool too, guys. Is we're at a point right now where we're looking for better and better. So we have everything's good, and we just keep making it better. And I don't know if you guys have been involved in a company where they say we're going to be doing this, or we're going to be making this change, or the affiliates want something done, and it takes that company forever and a day, it seems, to change one letter on a page. Have you guys ever been in that situation? Let me get some feedback on that. Have you ever been in a company that just takes forever to get anything done? Okay. Well, this is being who we are and what we've done in the past and what we can do. We get so frustrated when we're with a network marketing company and we say, hey, you guys need to change this, and they say, sure, we're all over that, and it takes them 3 weeks, a month, or that never happens. The cool thing with us guys is we know what we're doing. We have been in the trenches building this thing, and we can make changes quick, faster than anything out there, because we don't have some coder that we pay $5,000 an hour to go in there and make a change. We just go do it ourselves. So that's one of the things that I'm loving already about what we're doing, is that we can just on the fly make a change, add something else cool in there, add something that you guys as the founders want done. If you say we want this, we can go do that at a faster rate than any other company out there, because most of these companies, to be honest, go through the same programmers, and they hold those businesses hostage, and you've got to pay your coder that you've never met, $5,000 for 2 hours worth of work, and he may or may not get it right. Well, we can just go in there and do it. So I'm pretty happy about that. We can make changes on the fly. We can just get things done for our members.
You know, one of my favorite things?
What's that?
One of my favorite things is I now have something to do at 4 o'clock in the morning because it's international. So I can talk to people in the country. Yay, me! I can stay up later. So not that I'm going to be recruiting or stuff like that, but it's going to be pretty cool to be able to help people in different countries. So that's going to be awesome.
Love it. Love it. Love it. And Hitesh, can we go look at the expectations on your screen again?
Here we go.
Cool.
Here are the expectations from a founder. When we say build a team, I should probably clarify this quick. To build a team doesn't mean that you have to be able to necessarily refer a lot of people or make a lot of sales yourself. It does mean that you need to be able to nurture a team yourself. So you might be able to refer 3 or 5 good other leaders in there who then will be able to go out and build more as well. But we expect you to be able to actually build a team out. Okay, so let's just say a ballpark figure of 10 to 15 people. If you can build a team of 10 to 20 people, that's really what we're looking for from a founder. And I want to clarify one thing. This is very crucial. There are no commissions on referring founders. Okay, I want to clarify this very thoroughly. When you refer a founder, you do not get a commission from their $9.97. Okay, you're not getting a 50% commission or 5% commission or anything like that. The only benefit that you get from referring a founder, and this is, I say the only, but this is a massive benefit. When you refer a founder, they basically get placed under you in the actual genealogy. So when they actually go out and they start building, and when we go live on the 23rd, all of the volume generated by them basically applies towards you. You get commissions on that volume because you get commissions 10 tiers deep. But we did this for a very important reason. We do not want people going out there and selling the Founders Club because they're getting a commission on it. We want you to go and refer founders only because you know that you want to work with those people in your teams and you want to build a huge team out of that. That's why we do not have a commission on this. Plus, it doesn't really, I mean, it'd be madness to pay commission on it because the money is actually going towards building your downlines anyway. Because we're turning the money around to advertising, and we're going to advertise your links. So you're actually going to be getting a return on this, and giving out commissions just means that we're cutting that pool which we will be using to drive traffic for you guys in half. So that's the other reason why we don't have commissions on this. But please only refer people who you expect will be able to build a team as well. Do not just refer people that you would refer into any company at this stage. Okay, this is the founder stage. We only want those people in here who can actually build with you, who will be able to satisfy these expectations, except maybe this one. Nobody really cares about this one, to be honest.
But there is an advantage that when you do bring in
you could do the opposite of this.
When you do bring in a founder, they're going to get 1,000 leads too, which subsequently is flowing towards your downline as well. Okay.
Right. Well, okay. Yeah. So what? It makes sense now. So what Roger is saying is, when you bring in a founder, we are then obviously rotating that founder's link as well. So let's say that you brought in 3 founders. Now we are promoting for those 3 founders starting the 23rd. That means any sales that they get, you are getting a commission on those sales anyway because they are in your genealogy, and all the leads and sales that we drive for them, you get commission on those as well. So that's the concept there. You're actually going to be benefiting massively on each and every one of those. So I guess I think it's pretty clear why you should refer founders, who you should be thinking of in terms of founders, and why we are being careful about it. Is 150 founders all there? Yes, Pamela, that's all there ever will be. 150 people is all there ever will be. We're not planning on reopening the founders down the road or something like that unless we have some massive drastic changes in the company as a whole. But that's pretty much all there is to it.
I'm getting texts like crazy.
Yeah, and there's been 2 more founders come in the last 5 minutes. So
yeah, I don't think this will last through tomorrow night. But
no.
And yes, okay. To answer this again clearly, here's what happens, Todd. Let me just make this super clear. So let's say that I am a founder. Okay, so this is H. I'm a founder, and then I go ahead and I bring Kevin in as a founder as well. Okay. Now, even though I don't make any commission on that, okay, what I do get is when Kevin starts promoting, or when we start driving all the traffic. So remember this, as a founder, I get a bunch of traffic driven to my link. Kevin gets a bunch of traffic driven to his link. And of course, Kevin goes out and starts building out as well. What that basically amounts to is that you will benefit, or I will benefit in this case, from all the signups under Kevin. So if Kevin had 4 people go under him, then I will be earning commissions on those 4 people. I just won't receive any commission from the $997 that Kevin paid into the founders. But I'll always benefit from his entire structure, from his entire organization that he builds out. I will be benefiting from that. The same way if I said, hey, Roger, you should be a founder in this, and Roger became a founder in DS Domination, when he goes out and he starts building out his team, I will be benefiting from that whole team as well because he is part of my overall organization. All that I'm clarifying is that you do not get a commission on the actual $997 payment. That's the only thing you don't get a commission on.
And that puts you closer to your 14 people, guys, to get paid 10 levels deep.
Yep, exactly. So, well, founders don't have to worry about that anyway because founders are already approved for that. But I'm just...
Then I'll just shut up.
Yes, but it does give you you will get the badge of being a DS dominator.
Hey guys, super quick. I'm getting a lot of texts from people that are in my primary. asking about a link from me and a link from here and stuff. The integrity will be kept and discussed from the other company. There's no way I will sponsor anybody that I didn't sponsor into that other company or anything like that. And if that's an issue, then we'll have to have an open discussion and not join or whatever. We'll have to discuss that. And I'm open to discuss it all night with people, but it's just not going to happen. Just let you know, okay? But I'll be here all night to answer all your questions by phone. Just hit me on Facebook and I'll call everybody, okay?
And basically, Roger is clarifying that he is quite a nice, integrous person. And he's just saying that all Roger is getting at is that if you are currently in the same primary company that Roger is in, and if you are, you know that already. Roger is the top earner in that company, so if you're in that company, you know that. If you are in that company right now with him and you want to join, then you can go ahead and do that. But just basically contact Roger if you want to join, but he's not your sponsor right now. Okay.
And David, just to toss this out there, I got that question from David on here. Yes, you will select a new username, my friend. It's a different back office. And the back office, for those of you who are in Founders already, the back office that you see now is the temporary Founders only back office. All that data gets transferred over when we go live for you.
Yeah, on the 18th, basically, you will get access to the same members area that Kevin just showed you earlier, that I just showed you a little bit of. You will get access to that kind of a members area at that moment. Okay.
And our first founders meeting will be at Hitessa's house in Texas. So book airfare. Or Japan, or North Carolina, where it's 125 degrees.
Yeah,
Japan's pretty nice.
Let me clarify a couple of things really quick, and then we can discuss the weather in Japan. Because okay, so what benefit? So the question is basically, so do I get any benefit from a person above me? Yes, you do. Actually, the person above you can very easily rotate your affiliate link in as well. So the point being that if I have Kevin over here, I can rotate Kevin's link in my settings, and all the Kevin stuff will go on there. And this is not a binary. There are no restrictions on how many people you can have on your first year. You could choose if you are, and here's the whole concept. You get 50% commission on the first year. If you are somebody who can generate a lot of sales yourself, right? Let's say that you can go out and you can generate 1,000 sales yourself. You can have 1,000 people on your first level and get 50% commissions on all of those 1,000 people every single month. If you are somebody who's the opposite, you can generate 5 sales yourself, but you know how to teach them and how to help them generate 2 or 3 sales each, then that's fine, because then instead you get 4 or 5 people on your first level, and then you help them get a bunch of people on their other levels, and you're going to generate an income from that. We basically build this out in a way that it benefits both type of builders. It benefits those who can generate a lot of traffic and generate a lot of sales themselves, and it benefits, which is kind of like what my style is, and it helps those who are builders, who like to build a deep organization, and Kevin and Roger are somewhat more like that. So you can do it either way, and you're going to make money either way, because that's just how this is built out. But it is not a binary. You're not put in a fixed structure. You don't have to satisfy any conditions. You don't have to have 5 people on one side and 6 people on the other. You don't have to have any kind of balance on each side or anything like that. You make commission on every sale that comes in into your entire organization. There are no other qualifications. There are no other restrictions. There is no other thing that you need to work out.
Yeah, some of those restrictions bother us, so we definitely didn't want it.
Yeah, and there's some fascinating things you can do with the structure too. I'll teach you how to maximize your money and take money from Kevin Hitesh, and you guys can give me a kickback.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine this: you enroll A, and A enrolls B, and B enrolls C, and C enrolls D, and D turns around and upgrades. Well, C is going to be like, I want to collect that money, and B is going to be like, I want to collect that money. A is going to be like, I'm going to collect that money. Then we'll upgrade. So there's different things you can do in here, and sweating the small stuff. We had a girl that had no online experience whatsoever. You may have seen this post on my Facebook wall if you've been on my Facebook wall. And this is the basic we were selling for $47. And she put an ad on Craigslist, first time ever online doing anything, and had 4 sales. You will literally be able to make make $100, $200, $300, $400 a month probably from one Craigslist post. It's just that easy for $19.95. So, besides all the marketing and everything else, it's just going to be super simple. You could put a thing on your Facebook and you'd have signups for $19.95 for sure.
And the fun thing is that we already know how well this converts because, like I said, this has been sold on webinars, on video, for a long time. This has actually been going on for a long time. In fact, the first presentation that I ever saw by Roger that actually used this eBay stuff was almost 3 years ago now. That was my first contact with Kevin. Yep, Kevin had contacted me to buy some traffic from me, a solo ad from me.
Yep.
Almost 3 years ago. And I saw this presentation by Roger about My Shopping Genie, I believe, at that time.
Yeah.
And he basically did his eBay thing. And I remember thinking, I was like, I'd buy this eBay thing right now. I don't know what the shopping Genie thing is. I don't know why he's talking about it. But it was very interesting to me because I remember looking at it way back then. And I'm a very desensitized person. I don't get excited about sales videos and looking at stuff like that at all. But having seen that, I was just kind of intrigued by it. And even now, I know how well it converts. I remember doing a webinar, and we did like $45,000 off of that one webinar in about 4 days. So I know how well this converts. We know that this thing is going to utterly convert, and that's how well it was converting before I was doing any of the sales marketing on top of what Roger is already doing. So this thing is just going to be crazy, and that's all there is to it.
You know what's cool is most of these guys out there in network marketing companies that launch a company or launch an MLM, they go out there and they launch it with an unknown. We have 0 unknowns. We know how it converts because we've recreated the exact thing, the exact business in a box that Roger and I have been using over and over again to dominate anything we walk into. Just leapfrog past the competition. So it's pretty crazy, guys. I mean, no one's done this. People have said they've created funnels that they've used and all this stuff, and the reality is they haven't. They created something that they hoped would work, and they didn't know how it was going to go. We know how this is going to go because we've been doing it. Look at the leaderboards in any company that Roger or I have touched, and there's the proof for you. So. Awesome stuff. And I don't know, Hitesh, have you covered this too in the back office? You guys will be able to promote any company that you're building. We wanted to make sure that this was 100% yours and that you'd be able to.
Well, here's one of the things that you'd be able to do right here. When you see this section in Market Extreme Pack, you see Activate Lead Gen. In this section on this page, you'll be able to add your own autoresponder code. So you can add your code from GVO, from Aweber, GetResponse, whatever company you want to build a list from, if you want to build a list. At the same time, you'll be able to enter in a banner or a link for any other company that you want to build. Okay, so whatever primary business you want to build at the same time, you can do that. What will happen is when your referred members in DS Domination log in, on the home page itself, they're actually going to see this banner over here. Instead of this, they can actually see your banner right here. So it's right here can be a message basically from you to everybody in DS Domination who is in your organization. So that's one of the cool benefits of actually having the Market Extreme Pack activated, which again, as people start promoting and start building out DS Domination, the natural evolution is for them to say, hey, let me get the Market Extreme Pack because I need to be able to advertise to all of my downline in here as well. So you can build other companies with this. You can build your own product with this. If you want to sell your own training or something like that, you can do that with this. There are literally no limits to what you can do with this as a whole. And you can buy traffic. You can rotate links of your organization in here. So if you have people coming in who are short on cash or you want to motivate them a little bit, you say, hey, listen, I'm going to drive some traffic on your link and have them see the kind of results they get. Have them see when they suddenly get a sign up or something. But while doing that at the same time, you are building your own organization out, which means you are still getting more commissions out of that. And anybody who upgrades anywhere in the organization has this cascading effect. Somebody goes ahead and upgrades to some product, and suddenly everybody all the way up to you is going to want to upgrade so they can get the commissions on that. And that's one of the other beautiful powers built into this whole thing. And you don't have to worry about losing those commissions or anything like that either.
And a lot of these other companies that are out there, not to slam them or anything, but a lot of the companies out there, they don't want you promoting anything else, right? They don't want that. And we've seen in our industry in the last few years people getting sued for being in other companies and things of that nature. So we wanted to be a bridge to help people be able to put money in their pocket while building whatever it is they're doing. Whatever you're doing now, don't quit it. Do not quit it. Use that unless you want to, but use this as an opportunity to help build that program and finally get money in your pocket. Use it as a funded proposal, something that pays for your advertising, puts a lot of money in your pocket while building out whatever it is you're doing. We encourage that. Most companies discourage it. That's what we want to do because we know that's what it takes to build a successful downline in any company. So we're pretty excited that that you guys can use your system to build out whatever it is you're building, whatever company that you're promoting, whatever products you're promoting. We want you to do that. That's why that feature is enabled in there, and we put a lot of thought into that. So we're pretty excited to have you guys not only get success with DS Domination. We know that that's going to happen. We want to make sure that you have success in every other thing that you're doing as well. So that's where we're sitting. And what's really cool is like no one's dropped off this call, and we've been sitting here talking for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So pretty cool. Hopefully you guys get a little bit of for those of you who don't know me or hadn't had much experience with Roger or didn't know who Hitesh was. Hopefully you're getting to know us a little bit. I mean, we're normal people. We just happen to have failed probably a little bit more than a lot of folks, and that's what's made us successful. To be honest.
Talk about yourself. I don't.
Yeah, except for Hitesh, when he was born, he dominated all network marketing companies.
I'm just kidding, obviously. But okay, let me clarify a couple of things over here. There are a couple of questions that have come in. First of all,
super quick. Good idea or bad idea to add their 1995s to the Facebook group right now? What do you think? When you go to DS Domination, there's that link for them to get into our Facebook group. Good idea or bad idea right now? What do you think? I never thought about it.
When they go to the which page? The dsdomination.com right now?
Yeah, when they go to the countdown, they can link to the Facebook group we have up. Good idea or bad idea to send their prospects there?
Neither. It would depend on the person. It would depend on the standard, the method of marketing and stuff.
Okay, yeah, I will be updating webinars and things in that Facebook group, guys. If you
right. That's why we put it there. It's just to give everybody a way to know what's coming.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fine. That is a good idea. I wouldn't have done it if it was a bad idea.
I had a good idea. Seriously.
But it wasn't your idea. It was already there, remember?
It was Hitesh's idea.
I'm kidding. Please.
Again, Hitesh was born with great ideas.
Well, I wasn't born with it. They came to me when I was 4 days old. So.
Okay.
Okay. Regarding the question of is Hitesh Chuck Norris? No, I'm not. Clearly, I'm from India. I have an accent. So I could not be Chuck Norris because Chuck Norris doesn't have accents. He creates accents.
He is as strong as Chuck Norris, though. Don't let it fool you.
Okay. Back to the important stuff. This is what happens. And whenever Roger interrupts anything, it all just falls apart into all sorts of ridiculous stuff that has nothing to do with it.
Did you guys know that Chuck Norris was from India, but Hitesh kicked the accent out of him?
Or that Chuck Norris has Hitesh pajamas?
Okay, sorry.
Chuck Norris says, I love Hitesh teddy bears?
Yeah. All right, we're done, guys. We're done.
Okay.
Okay, so what I want to clarify was that each of these is a standalone product. Okay, these are not different levels of the same product. So when somebody upgrades to $99 a month, that doesn't take away the $19.95 a month. When somebody gets the Unleashed, that doesn't take away the $99 a month. These are standalone, separate products. So at a given point in time, people have to have can have or should have all of these different products active. Okay, so if somebody comes in and they cancel their 99 a month or they cancel their 19.95 a month, we don't necessarily completely eliminate their account. If somebody says, you know what, I don't want to be an elite member anymore, it doesn't cancel their account. It just blocks the access to these videos and these trainings and the software that goes with this. And one of the things that Roger didn't mention is that we're actually going to have a very fancy software built in with this, which constantly keeps an eye on what's going on, make sure that your listings are always profitable on eBay. So yeah, there's stuff like that that we haven't even mentioned yet, in part because there's almost too much to go over, and since this is the first founders webinar, we kind of wanted to explain the whole thing, kind of give the big picture a little bit more. But these are all standalone products. If somebody buys Unleashed, they still have these, so you are actually going to have basically a residual income coming in at all times, regardless of if they upgraded and purchased other things either. And that's one of the key things that we mentioned earlier. We are not forcing people to buy these things by some ruse or some lure of, you know, some marketing ploy. That's not what we're doing here. People will buy these because they want them, because they see the power of what's already in the basic versions. So that's why they buy them. So you don't have to worry about them complaining, hey, I bought this, now why do I have this fee still? They're happy to do that because they know that they're getting good results from it. Okay, so that's one side of it. I want to clarify just one more thing as well, which is we got a question about, are there going to be processor fees? Are there going to be any gateway activation fees and things like that? I'm assuming some of you or many of you have experience with other companies that are out there with digital space which do that. We do have something similar, but we don't pass the entire processing cost on to you. Okay, we just kind of chalk that up as cost of doing business in some ways. So here's how we do that. The only cost that members pay who want to be an affiliate, who want to basically promote DS Domination, they pay a $9.95 a month for activation of their gateway, for running the payment gateway. Now, as you all know, when we accept payments from somebody, we actually get a processing fee. We actually have to pay a fee to the payment processor. We don't pass that back on to people though, okay, because we just don't think that would be fair, because somebody who's doing a lot of volume or push or promoting really well would end up bearing a lot of cost for it. So instead, we have a fixed $9.95 a month, which is what people pay who are an affiliate, who want to activate a payment gateway. This also does a very good and unique thing for us, which is it separates out those who are customers, who are using our software, who are using our training, who are generating an income using eBay and dropshipping and all these things. It separates them from those who are using that, yes, but also promoting this, which is a legal distinction that is very important, and it is also a distinction that makes sure that we can manage our members out properly. Our structure is very clean, and it's very easy to manage everything out that way as well. But that is literally the only cost that you have in the entire system. Okay, so as a founder, this is literally the only thing you'd be paying. But this is not just for founders. Everybody would basically be paying this. If you're a part of any other digital online network marketing company, you will realize that most of them either force you to use your own payment gateway, which means you bear the cost of the processing fees, or they charge pretty significant amount. They literally charge twice or maybe 3 times as much as this. And we don't do that because we are trying to keep it very, very low costs for our affiliates. We want to reward you for promoting us, not punish you for it. But that is the only cost there is. I want to keep, we just like being transparent about stuff. So that's all there is to it.
And that's a huge legal distinction that's been going on lately. Is it very, very quickly distinguishes who is a customer and who is an affiliate. And out there's been a lot of companies that have been taken down because they simply didn't charge something and distinguish customer, affiliate. Those are laws that came into play in I think 2013 that hit. So it's a very big legal
Actually, October
side
2012. October 2012 is when the guideline came out. I think people had until January to implement it. But there's one other thing that I want to talk about, because I know from experience and also looking at comments that some of these comments just bring back some of my experience, which is a common question of, I was in another company and I spent so and so amount of money, and here's the question you have to ask. What specifically did you spend the money towards? What did that money get used towards? If you spent the money, let's say, on some supplements or some equipment or some, whatever, something for your health, That's what you spend the money towards. The problem is a lot of people think that spending money is equivalent to taking action, and it's not. You can spend money on the wrong things. You can go out and spend $5,000 in any company out there on any product out there. That doesn't mean that you're going to make anything, because that money is not going towards building your business. In this case, it's a very unique distinction. This money goes towards building your business, goes towards driving traffic to your link, and that's something that I want a lot of people to realize. Um, a lot of us have kind of been beguiled into thinking, oh, it takes a lot of money to make money. And it does take some money to make money. It's true, because you do want to have some capital to be able to generate a good business. But really, what matters more than how much money you spend is what you spend the money on. You could spend $100 towards a product and spend $5,000 towards the marketing and do way better than spending $5,000 towards the product and $100 towards the marketing. So keep that distinction very clear in your mind. Keep that very clear and understand, what am I spending the money towards? Is this something that is going to help my business, or is this something that's really just helping the company that I'm spending this money towards? And once you begin looking at things in those terms, you begin realizing what's really going on. Right in the beginning, I drew out that little distinction between the customer side and the affiliate side. Here is a very sad reality. You might not realize this, but for most MLMs, their affiliates are their customers. They don't care nearly as much about getting the product out into the market. What they care more about is, can we keep our affiliates on the order ship? Because if they can keep the affiliates on the order ship, that's where the company is making the money. That is the unique difference that a lot of us need to realize between a company that will probably not be a good one for you to continue with in the long term versus a company that will probably be really good for you to work with. And the distinction is, the money that you spend in that company, is that going towards building your business, or is that going towards building the business of the company that you're buying the products from? Okay, so I don't think I have to spell that out any more clearly. You can just decide that for yourself. All of you are very smart people on here, so you can figure that out yourself. On, in this case, is this going to help you, or is it going to help just the company? Obviously, it's going to help the company. That's why we are doing it, right? We're not going to make a secret about it. Obviously, having the founders is going to be beneficial to DS Domination, right? This is spelled out right here in our idea. If these three things happen together, then DS Domination will make a lot of money. But DS Domination only makes a lot of money if you make a lot of money as well. Okay, so that's the only distinction between us, and it's a very significant distinction, because other companies could actually have every single affiliate fail and end up making a lot of money. And that's not going to happen in our case. If all of our affiliates fail to make money, that means that we as a company would fail as well. Okay, so our success is tied to yours, while in many other companies, that's not the case. Okay, so I hope that's been clarified.
All right, guys. Well, I'll tell you what. I actually have to go. I just want to, before I hop off, say, everyone who's on here, no one's left a call. It's crazy. So I appreciate you guys spending your time with us, and getting to know us a little bit more, getting to know DS Domination as a founder, and I look forward to doing more calls like this where we can, just exchange what we have going on within the company and what we've got going on, and get your feedback, because your feedback is going to be huge to us moving forward. Jim, love you too, brother. So just pretty awesome stuff, guys. I appreciate you being here. I don't know how much Hitesh and Roger are going to stay on, but I've got to go. But I just want to come up before I did and say thank you. And if you need anything, let me know. I look forward to helping you guys out as founders, doing some training on marketing stuff, some conversion stuff, really digging into those things. And I appreciate you being here. So love you all. I'm going to hop off, Hitesh.
All right. You know what? I actually do need to hop off as well. But before we go, um, if you guys have any specific questions, and the people who are on here, I understand, are of founder caliber or are founders, then go ahead and you can contact us personally, and you should have either our contact information, or you should have the contact information from the person who invited you to this webinar. So please feel free to contact us at any time for anything that you need, or any things that you need clarified, and we will be more than happy to help you out.
I have nothing to do, and I'll probably sing some songs the rest of the night for everybody. Go tell it on the mountain. Fade away.
Okay,
Okay,
so
and with that, I
all of
actually.
you probably want us to leave now. Everybody's like, shut the webinar.
Yeah, end this thing. Not
All
nothing
right.
bad
Burn it
against
with
your.
fire. Okay.
I promised a lot of callbacks through text while we were talking. Give me like 5 minutes, and I'll start making those calls. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.